Yes, the FIFA 2014 World Cup has started indeed.
Of course.
If there is any doubt about it, the Spain match against Netherlands confirms that when football starts, nothing else seems to matter.
Nothing. Nothing.
It's
I
just
mean, I couldn't agree with you
amazing.
more.
Nothing else matters. It just takes over everything because I look at the trending stories on Twitter. I look at what
It's
people
all
are
football,
commenting.
isn't it?
It's all football.
It's going to overshadow Wimbledon this year.
Everything. It will overshadow everything.
Everything.
It just takes over completely. It's a different world once it's to do with the World Cup. That's why it's the biggest sporting event in the world. Well,
And
this
I can't
morning,
wait for Nigeria to play.
no, it's going to be a Monday and we're waiting, but we've got in the studio so that the two of us don't go on and on about it. So we've got in the studio, I will start with the twins who are sports analysts. I've got sitting next to me is Telema Davies, and then just beside him is Tonte Davies. Alera and I have been talking about the fact that at times it's so difficult to even know the difference. I think the only way I will say I know the difference is the shirt color, and that's it. And I'll stick to looking at, okay, that's
Once they
Telema's
change their
shirt.
shirts, you can't tell.
They will
them.
not change, not while you're on set. You're not allowed to do that. And on the other side is Godwin Enakhena, who's also a sports analyst. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise.
My pleasure once again.
Okay, let's start with what has happened. Opening game, Brazil, and of course that game between Spain and Netherlands. And the expectation of Africans, because I was monitoring.
Well, Cameroon
all of the
has
things.
played, haven't they?
Cameroon has played, and they lost their game against Mexico. Let's have a quick conversation about what has happened during the opening and as of this morning. Let me start with you, Tonte.
Okay. To start with, I want to look at the expectation of Africans towards the World Cup, and I think I want to approach it with yesterday's game, Cameroon against Mexico. There were high expectations from the Cameroonians to have gone into the game and at least, at the minimum, get a draw. But unfortunately, they didn't seem to show that ambition, that fight to get a result coming out of the game. And probably due to lack of concentration, probably poor tactics, they slipped up, and Mexico took the chances and had a goal, had a win. But going back to the opening ceremony and also the opening match, Brazil-Croatia. Well, a lot of people, pundits and bookmakers, are giving it to Brazil, given the fact that for a number of reasons. One had to do with the fact that towards the build-up of the World Cup, they had considered little game goals, about 2 goals, and had scored a lot more goals. And the fact that they obviously had a good squad, a squad of top quality. If you look at a recent financial ranking, it's about one of the most valuable team in the world in terms of the national team squad. But Brazil-Croatia, it was quite a disappointment to say the least, because of the officiating, specifically speaking. Not taking away anything from the performance of Croatia, they were a bit below par, in my own view, because they seem to lack some tactical control in terms of in the midfield area and going forward to attack. But at the same time, Brazil obviously had the fight and took it against them.
Look, Telema, when you look at the way Brazil played in that match, personally, I felt they were lucky to have had 3. In fact, the 3-1 was quite flattering as far as I can see. What's your thought? What was it that you could put it down to? Because they just didn't really gel at the beginning of the first half, and then they were